my name's Annette and welcome back to Cotto Verde. Today's video is more of a vlog style because it's a gorgeous day outside. It almost feels like spring even though it's the very beginning of February. But what I wanted to do today was just get on with a couple of jobs that I've been putting off because of the cold weather. And it's time to do these jobs now, so I thought I'd just bring you along whilst I do them. So I'm going to be potting up the sweet peas that I took cuttings of because they had damping off, and that you can see in a previous video, and they've now rooted, so I'm going to pot those up today. And I've also found some bulbs in my shed that I'm not sure what they are, to be honest with you. I really don't know, but I really want to put them in a pot because they're starting to shoot, and they were literally just lying in a crate in the shed. And so I thought I would take the opportunity to put those in a pot and see what happens. I'm sure they'll be gorgeous. And then the final thing that I want to do today is sow my Cobaea Scandens. And really I should have sown this probably 2 weeks ago, but it doesn't matter that I'm sowing it now. It just means it's going to flower later. They will take a long time to flower. So I'm just going to get on with doing those and talk you through what I'm doing and bring you along in the process. Oh, and the other thing I'm doing is I'm going to pot up a clematis that I've had delivered, and it looks like it's in way too small a pot. And it's called Clematis Hisako Garland, and you can see that it's already got like a really big shoot. So I want to get that into a better pot with better compost pretty quickly. It seems to be missing quite a lot of the compost, so I had that delivered because I really wanted it, and I'm going to get that into a bigger pot. So let's just get started. I've put some grit into this compost. I'm using just the normal peat-free compost that I use, and the reason I've put grit in is because I just want to pop those bulbs in quickly before I do anything else, and before I forget. So the rule with bulbs is just to make sure that you plant them about 2 to 3 times their depth. So these are the bulbs. Now I've obviously dug these out of somewhere, but these ones have rotted and they're no good. But these chunkier ones, these are shooting. I mean, they could be some sort of crocus, I don't know. But I'm going to plant them. So anything that's not mouldy and that's got shoots is going into this pot here. So there aren't very many of them. And as I said, you just want to plant them, that's possibly not enough compost, 2 to 3 times their depth, and just sort of nestle them in. And because I don't know what they are, I'm just going to plant them quite closely, and then when I figure out what they are when they bloom, I will put a label on them so that I know for next year. It's got a bit of mould on it, but actually what I'm going to do is just take off these little ones here. So that's what I've got actually, it fits perfectly. And then those other bulbs that are no good, I'm just going to put on the compost. And then as usual, you just want to fill it up, pat it down. I will give them a water. I've actually got worms in this compost, it's been sitting around so long. And then that's it. I may just sprinkle a little bit of grit on top to stop the squirrels getting at it. Hopefully that will put them off. So for my next job, I'm going to be potting up the sweet peas. These are the cuttings that I took from sweet peas that had succumbed to damping off. And you can chop off the top bit and then put them in water, and then they will root. And so because these are all rooted now, I'm going to pop them into pots today. So I'm going to put a bit of compost in the bottom. I'm going to try and get more than one into each pot because I tend to plant them in groups of 3. So I'm going to put 3 in this one. And make sure that it's a deep pot because sweet peas like to have, you know, as they like to have a good root run. So it's really good to know that I've managed to save some of the sweet peas because I was so disappointed when they succumbed. I mean, you can, if you haven't planted sweet peas, you can definitely do it now. I think a lot of people plant their sweet peas or sow their sweet peas on the 14th of February. I'm not sure why that is, but anyway, you can definitely still sow some. Just soak your seeds first and then pop them in. Although I know that Monty Don doesn't believe in soaking his seeds, and I didn't soak these. But traditionally that's what people do, I think. So with the clematis, I like to put them in much deeper pots. So I found a deeper pot, fortunately. And I could plant this straight out into the ground, but the bed that it's going in isn't prepped yet. So I'm going to have to plant it in a pot, just pot it on. So look at all those roots, and I'm just going to give them a little tease, but you can see that it really wants to get going. So with the clematis, I like to give it a good deep root run and plant it probably a bit deeper than that. There, that'll be good. And it will just send shoots up from the base there. And put the tags in. That's that done. I'm just going to go and get my Cobaea seeds because they've been soaking for 2 hours, and it's important to soak them just to make sure that they're damp enough to germinate. So Cobaea Scandens, if you haven't heard of it or seen it before, is called cup and saucer vine, and this is really because the blooms, the flowers, look like these large cups, like old-fashioned sort of teacups with like a little saucer, and they're absolutely stunning. They come in purple and white. I think those are the only colours. That's what I'm sowing today. So I'm sowing 8 of the purple variety and 8 of the white variety, and they need light to germinate. So you need to soak the seeds for 2 hours, and then you want to give them a nice warm environment, and you can't plant them out until after the frosts, but you do need to start them early because they take a while to get going. So my seed packet says that it takes 3 to 4 weeks for them to germinate, but I know that some people manage to get them to germinate faster, but you just want to give your plants ample opportunity to grow as big as they can before they start flowering. And so that's why we sow them in January, or the very beginning of February in my case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant 1 seed into each pot, because they're going to get, and I'm using the 9cm pots, 3-inch pots, because they get quite big quite quickly. And so there's, you know, you could put them in a smaller pot or put them all together, but that just means that you're going to have to keep putting them on, and I'd rather not do that. So I'm going to put mine into larger pots in the hope that I don't have to keep putting them on, and I can focus February and March on my other seeds that I'm going to be sowing and not worry about the Cobaea so much. So I'm not using seed starting compost. I never do. I always just sow straight into the normal peat-free compost that I have. So I'm going to sow my Cobaea seeds first, which are the purple variety. I think I soaked 8 seeds, so I'm going to do 8 pots of each one. So this is the seed, and it's, you know, definitely got a very flat surface like a plate, and then it's got an edge, and you want to plant it on its edge like this, and that would just prevent it, or it's less likely to rot if you plant it this way. And they need light to germinate, so you also don't want to bury them. I'm just going to put a bit more compost in there. That wasn't very generous. So you want to place it on its edge like that. Hopefully you can see that in there. And then what I'm going to do is sprinkle some vermiculite on top, because they need light to germinate, and vermiculite will allow the light to come through. So I sprinkled the vermiculite on for 2 reasons. Firstly, because it's going to help prevent algae growth whilst these plants are inside, and also because it will allow the light in, and the Cobaea Scandens seeds, as I said before, need light in order to germinate. And then all these seeds I'm going to be keeping indoors on a heat mat until they germinate, and I'm going to put them in a propagator with a lid on. So you could cover them with like a plastic bag or something, but I'm just going to put a lid over all of these whilst they're germinating, just to keep the moisture in. Oh, and I will give them a little spritz with water, but the compost that I'm using today is really damp because we've had such appalling weather. Oh, that is not the right marker. Looks like I need to write Alba on another marker. take the sweet peas down to the zippy greenhouse and put the sweet peas to bed for the night. And you can see that on lovely days I take the sweet peas out of the greenhouse. So all the other sweet peas are doing really well. They haven't really grown very much recently, but then I wouldn't expect them to. It's been particularly cold. And we've got little side shoots here. So these are the annuals on this side. And I'm going to add these to them. And then this side, these are all the hardy perennials. So this is the Chloranthus here. So that's the lovely sort of greeny lime one. And then this one is Chilensis. And I've only got one that germinated on the Sylvestris, which is a bit disappointing. I could try and sow some more. In fact, I will. And then this one is the Latifolius. Oh, I've just realised I need to go and get a tag for that one. Gwendolyn. Okay, got another tag. This is where my sweet peas live. So I'm really happy with the sweet peas and I will leave them in there, put them to bed for the night. This is where the Cobaea are going to stay for now. They're on a heat mat right next to a huge window, so they'll get plenty of light here. They're right next to where my Lisianthus are, and no sign of the Lisianthus yet, unfortunately. But this is where they'll stay. I'll have my seed starting set up, my racks set up with the lights very soon, but I've got some new racks, so I'm very excited about that because the old racks were kind of cumbersome and very makeshift. So I'm excited about my new racks. Anyway, this is where they're going to stay and I will keep an eye on them and I'll let you know as soon as I see any germination or any germination on my Lisianthus. But I've just about finished the garden jobs that I had lined up for today and I'm really glad I just got those little itty bitty things done. I hope you've enjoyed following along and watching me as I did that, and if you've enjoyed it then please do give it a thumbs up, the video I mean. Give the video a thumbs up because that tells YouTube to show it to more people and I would really appreciate it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.